Welcome back to LPB Racing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy the content that you're about to see. LPB Racing presents the LPB WTCR Championship. This is round 2, race 3 from NURBURGRING 24 Hour. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB WTCR Championship Season 2 here on GT Sport. This is race 3 from NURBURGRING 24 Hours, so the round 2. Let's take you through the grid for this race then. So it is Woo Woo on pole position then. Woo Woo is on pole with TY alongside in second place because obviously they're disconnected and they ended up at the front because it is a reverse grid. And then it is Thundercats on third place with Blake in fourth, Steve Paramore in fifth with Seek 1 in sixth place, Neil Farmack in seventh with Firepower in eighth, Rodders is in ninth with Jamo in 10th. We have King Domingo in 11th with Techno in 12th. We have Bidster down in 13th with Stevie in 14th, Will on the medium tyres in 15th, and Red Bull in 16th. So it's just Will on the medium tyres in this one, everyone else on the super softs. So has Will left it too late, or has he played it sensible in this one? We'll have to see. But here we go then, ready for the off. Lights will come on the tree in a minute. There we are, 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. Revs rise and lights go green, and we are off, and TY again gets a fantastic start in the Subaru as always. So he's back for this one. He's see if his connection works for this one. Him and Woo Woo are back. Hopefully they can stay for the duration as Thundercats goes to the outside, everyone else in the middle. Techno to the inside line of the first bit and tries to get a good run through the second bit as he goes wide out the corner as Thundercats gets eaten alive in the Hyundai. And Thundercats really just making up numbers here. He's a good talent, but he's he's a bit out of practice. He's not been with us for a while, so in all the best intentions to Thundercats, he's doing his best, but he's just a bit out of practice. And Firepower shoves him off there, and that's not good. And Firepower now will have to wait. And Red Bull goes off as well, so I don't know what he's waiting for, unless he feels like he hit someone. But Red Bull then waiting for someone. I don't know why, but unless he was involved. Out front, TY is starting to lag already. Not good news for him as we got a car off. Oh, the other Scirocco's off at the hairpin. Neil Farmack takes a fall at the hairpin, and something's definitely happened to him there. We've got Bidster and Will side by side. Will on the medium tyres. Bidster with in the Peugeot with a little bit of a penalty there, and also should point out as well the weight penalties. Bidster still on maximum ballast. Will's on second place weight as well, and the medium tyres. That is not going to be good. That's not going to be good for him. He doesn't need that. As we look ahead, and Blakeney's actually in third place now. Techno fourth, Seek fifth as we go up the straight. Neil Farmack is the other car that's on weight that we saw getting off in the gravel there. Red Bull on 40 kilos and Stevie on 20. Everyone else weight free in this race so far. As Techno has a little look at Blake, no way through there into the chicane. Further back we've got Will and Bidster together. We've got Domingo and Neil Farmack on the back of this bunch now after having an off at the hairpin. Again, we'll get them out in the replays at the end. Firepower and Red Bull at the back in 14th and 15th place. As Arnold, we've lost TY. Just realised we've lost TY again. Again, his connection fails him, and we're down to 15 people again. So TY has lost his connection, which means Woo Woo takes the lead. Now Woo Woo's going to watch his connection because he's disconnected once already, so we'll have to see if he can keep it up, and that's what you get for having post office internet. As Blake goes off at the fast right-hander that usually catches a lot of people out. Blake goes off there, and now he's under a massive attack from Seek 1 and Stevie in the two Evos. So the two Hypermax Evos right on the back of the Greg's Lexus as we go through the corner and out onto the straight section. And this is where the Lexus shoots on the Evos, but remember they are in the draft. They'll try and keep as close as they can. There goes Woo Woo and Jamo through the flood plats, the fast right-hander. Again, the one that separates the men from the boys. Just speaking of men and boys, further back, Steve Paramore and Neil Farmack getting stuck in here. Has got a car off ahead. Oh, Stevie's gone. Stevie's gone off in the Evo. He's gone round at the flood plats. He must have gone too fast through there and gone off himself. So, unlucky for Stevie. Again, that'll be in the replays later on. Further up front, Blake is under pressure now with the one remaining Evo up at the front, which is Seek 1, as Blake has a massive slide into the corner. Here's everyone else into that corner as well. Luckily everyone else I think gets through just about okay, but massive. Oh no, we don't, because Thundercats is off in the background in the Hyundai again, going exploring, and Red Bull waiting. So unless Red Bull hit him, but Not a good race here for Thundercats, and not a good race for Red Bull either, but Red Bull goes past and Thundercats resumes in 14th place. Yeah, hard track to get used to, especially when you've not been on a while. There's everyone else into the complex section at the top of the hill. Looks like everyone survived up the hill quite nicely, because that descent is brilliant. We'll have to level up that next lap, but that descent is awesome down to down the hill, then up towards the complex section at the top. So a little straight now, going into a fast left-hander, and then another fast left-hander that's just after that. Then we go into, there we go. Blake runs wide a little bit there, and then we've got Bidster alongside Seek 1 now. Bidster to the inside of Seek, and now we've got Seek going around the outside of Blake. Seek around the outside of Blake, can he hold on? Oh, he's trying to. Just got a wheel up the inside. Oh, aside to this next section, Bidster's backing off. I'm not surprised, because this is going to end in tears. Seek 1 goes around the outside. An amazing move there by Seek 1. Good patience and blatantly good racing room there as we go down towards the slowest section of the track. This little complex chicane. Blake gives him a little tap to make good friends. They both go wide. Blake loses speed. Bids is up the inside in the Peugeot now, taking advantage. Remember, he's got weight on, but it doesn't look like it. But the Peugeot doing well around here. As now it goes to the inside of Seat 1, looking at the inside. And now Seat 1 holds it around the outside. And now he's now got the prime line for the right-hander, as Bids has to go wide and leaves room for Blake. But they're all normal services resumed now. Whew, that was close. Will's in 8th place. Remember, Will, the only car in the race, the Mazda on medium tyres. So everyone else on super softs. So Will's the only person that's opted to do it late. As Domingo goes a bit sketchy into the inside, uses a lot of curb, and Will goes sketchy on the way out. Absolutely uses all the grass and more. And not good there for Will. That's not going to help his performance up the hill, especially with the weight on his car. Speaking of weight on his car, Bits is going to get eaten alive here. Seat 1's ahead, and the two Lexuses are bearing down on them. The two Greg's Lexuses are bearing down on them, but the Peugeot's acceleration, even with weight on, he's able to get alongside Seat 1. And Seek's light in this one, no weight on his car. All together into the fast left-hander. Bids will have to back off into here. And they go through. Seat goes wide. Bids the swaps to the opposite side now. And he's through already. Good move there from Bids, using the track to his advantage, using the traction line to his advantage. As Seat 1 has the mother of all slides there. What a recovery from Seat 1. I bet that woke him up. But Bidster gets through into 4th. He's still got a bit of a penalty to get rid of, but that should be easily done before the end of the lap as he goes through the carousel. Woo Woo is then still in the lead, with Jamo now under pressure from Techno. Jamo still with a 410th penalty to get rid of as well. Got Techno right behind him. Bidster then in 4th. Seat 1 5th. Blake and Rodders in the two Greg's Lexuses in 6th and 7th. We have Domingo in 8th in the Audi Sport Audi, with the Team Yoist Mazda of Will in 9th. We've got the Rocket Turocco of Neil in 10th. His teammates in 12th. Firepower. We've got Steve Paramore, the other Audi Sport car, in 11th as he goes wide there. Will goes wide, and Neil goes through into 9th place. So Neil goes through. As we look to the others now ahead, we've got a bit of grass being kicked up there by Bids, probably just pushing a bit hard in the Peugeot, trying to get as much gap as he can to the others. As Jamo's off into the gravel. Jamo goes off into the gravel, and Techno goes through into 2nd place. And if I were Jamo, I might as well get rid of that penalty now, and then try and catch up as the race unfolds. Remember, only 2 laps here, because it takes about 8.5 minutes a lap. So, yeah, it's only 2 laps around here, because it's supposed to be scheduled on a 15-minute distance. We got, sorry, 20-minute distance, sorry, beg your pardon. Go through the right-handers. Oh, we've got smoke ahead, I think. Oh, Bids has been off. Bids has been off, and Seat 1's gone through. So Seat 1's gone through in the Evo. Bids goes, and the two Lexus are not too far behind. There's Domingo in 8th. We've got Will and Neil Farmack together, and Will's got back through into 9th place. Neil's gone down to 10th with Paramore and Firepower closing up on the two of them there. So let's have a look into the mini carousel. Then we've got Techno and Jamo. They've gone through it okay. Bids is right on the back of Seat 1 as Blake goes off onto the gravel and grass, and Rodders goes through. His teammate goes through. So Blake's miserable weekend continues, and not having a good round this one. There's Bidster on the back of Seat 1 onto the straight. The Peugeot utilising all its acceleration, even with the weight on. It should be faster on acceleration. Look at the speed out the corner that he's carrying. Insane speed out the corner. But remember, on top end speed with the draft, the Evo should be able to fight back. There's the two Lexuses working together. Behind them, Domingo. Then we've got Neil Farmack and Will together. The Audi, sorry, the Mazda and the VW with the Audi behind. And Neil goes through now in the draft on the straight, goes through on the outside. Techno and Jamo still close together. Woo Woo's almost at the line. Techno and Jamo now getting rid of that penalty in the braking zone. Good idea from Jamo, get rid of it there, and now he can keep pushing for that second place. Out of the corner we go, and onto the straight. Seat 1 there. Goes through with Bidster right behind him then, so he got ahead on the straight again. Rodders and Blake there as well in 6th and 7th. Still the same order. Will is still ahead. Will's back ahead of Neil Farmack now, so he must have redrafted him. There's Firepower on the Red Bull having a nice little battle further back as well, but not where they want to be. But they both had the fair share of issues on this opening lap. And now on to the last lap, because it's only 2-lap race. There's the Greg Lexuses into the complex at the end. And go looking for a cutback on. Blake gets the power on. He's trying to get alongside him. He's trying to see if he can do it. There's the rest of them through the complex at the start. The 2 hairpins. And they're all through safely. Did Blake get ahead? No, Domingo didn't get ahead. Blake held on to it. There's Woo Woo, he's already come up through the Schumacher S, so he's got a nice little gap over Techno there. You can see him probably a good 4 or 5 second gap there over Techno. Jamo 3rd, Bidster 4th, trying to push hard to get away from seat 1. We've got Rodders in 6th, and Domingo on the inside of Blake now, on the inside of the Lexus. The Audi trying to get through, but again, out of the corner, the Lexus rear-wheel drive gets good traction, and up the hill we go. The Lexus should hold this up the hill, and Domingo now will have to have a go into the next complex. Will is still in 9th with Neil in 10th, Steve Paramore 11th, Firepower in 12th. Back to Blake and Domingo, and Blake holds on. So Blake holds on in the Greg's Lexus. Bit of damage on the left rear of that car from a few moments, but he's okay. He's still circulating round, and he can still see his teammate. There's Bids and seat 1. They're about to come off the GP section, going through the faster version of the chicane that they use in the 24-hour circuit. There's seat 1 behind him. Onto the Nordschleife. Techno and Jamo are already there. They're already there. They are on the Nordschleife of the Nordschleife section. There's Neil Farmack. Will's now down in 10th. Neil Farmack got him back then. The mediums on Will's car looks like they might not be helping him now. Neil Farmack's got 3rd place weight. Will's on 2nd place weight. So they're both similar on weight, these cars. But with Will having the mediums on, it's not helping. So Neil Farmack will hopefully try and pull away now and see if he can catch the rest. But he's got a job on trying to catch the rest of them, because there's a bit of a gap. Oh, Blakeney's off again. Does not like that left-hander. Right-hander, sorry. Does not like that right-hander. He used Stevie in race 2, and he's now just gone off himself twice in a row on both laps. So unlucky for Blake. There she goes again, a bit squirrely out of the right-hander down the hill there, and Domingo right behind him now. Domingo right behind him, pushing him up the hill. Through the flood plats we go. Fast right-hander. And the Audi cuts up a bit of dust, but he's okay. He's going to try and draft now down to the next section. Woo still in the lead. Jamo 2nd, Techno 3rd. Still the same order at the front with Bidster now. Bidster now's got big pressure from seat 1. He's got to try and hold him off. Remember, Bidster won't be able to pull away too much because of the weight on his car. But seat 1 putting up a good fight there. Rodders 6th. Blake still holding on to 7th, ahead of Domingo into the right-hander. And he's still the same order. There's Neil Farmack and Steve Paramore. Firepower catches the grass. He's off. He's got control of the car though. Look, just I think he's coming back on, and Red Bull and Stevie go straight through. But what? I think Firepower will need several layers of underwear change there, because that was very scary. Can't even think that Firepower did it worse. And round goes the back end of the car. There's Thunder at the back, still keeping things real. Jamo and Techno are very close together now. Jamo's lost some time there, and Techno is right on the back of him now, and that's why Jamo's making mistakes. He's gone wide. Techno switches back to the inside line, gets the inside for the right-hander down the hill, and Techno takes 2nd place off of Jamo. But now can the Wall Subaru fight back against the Team Joyce Mazda? We'll have to see what happens as it unfolds. The SO Ultron Peugeot is under attack from the Hypermax Evo of seat 1. None of these are paid brands, guys. These are just names that we just company names that we like to use, and we like to represent them. And I know there's no paid promotion in this. It's just we like running the companies because we like a lot of these companies. It's just out of our own hearts and fun. So hopefully these companies will be quite happy with us doing this, because we do like representing them. And some free advertising from us anyway, so they should be happy. As we go at the corner, we just go back to that other battle. I saw a bit of a battle developing there with Domingo and Blake. Domingo's putting pressure on Blake, but now Neil Farmack is right up with the both of them. He's right up with the both of them now in the Rocket Scirocco. VW putting the pressure on the Audi and the Lexus as we go up the hill. There's Jamo and Bids, seat 1. There's a lot of over the top cameras, literally. There's like looking down on them, like a drone camera. Excuse me. As we go through the right-hander then, Domingo has a little bit of a twitch on the way in. Different front-wheel drive lines to get the power on the way out, but gets a good run out of the corner. There's Will, and Paramore gets a much better run than Will does. Paramore will probably go up, well, I think he was going to go for the overtake, but I think he backed off on the power there. So he's just not bothering to go for it just yet, just deciding to bide his time, seeing what he can do. There's Stevie in the background, and Stevie's catching up to these two very quickly indeed. Firepower and Red Bull are trying to do the same thing, but obviously because of the mistakes, not quite close enough as they want to be. Techno is back ahead of Jamo. Techno is ahead of Jamo and into the carousel. So it's Woo Woo in the lead, still in the lead, commanding lead. Do not disconnect. Please don't disconnect. It would be a shame if you did now. Techno second, Jamo third. Bidster in fourth with seat 1, still giving chase in the Hypermax Evo in 5th place. Rodders in the Greg's Lexus in 6th. Domingo is now in 7th. He's past Blake. Domingo has passed Blake. So he's got past him now and he's into 7th. Blake now will put on the pressure back on the Audi. And Neil Farmack will try and do what he can to get past them both. But again, remember, Neil is heavier than these two cars. So this might not be helping on this section of the track. Meanwhile, further back, Stevie's got past Steve Paramore, and now it's Will's turn to be passed. I think Stevie's definitely got the speed here, and Will is just going to be a sitting duck there with that weight on the car. Again, Stevie's got some weight on the car. He's got 5th place weight on, 20 kilos, but Will has got another 120 kilos more than him. Oh, sorry, another 60 kilos more than him. Sorry, I was thinking the old weight ballast that we had. But closing up on each other. And over the top, over the grass as well. Got to be careful not to get a penalty. He has got a penalty as well from earlier on. He's got a 4/10 penalty to get rid of. He needs to get rid of that before the start-finish line, or Jamo could steal the 2nd place off him. But the best place to do it probably now is before the big braking zone at the end of the straight. So just lift off a bit earlier and see if you can get rid of it. But it's going to be easier said than done. And he's got 4/10 to get rid of, and he's obviously they're all up on the fastest lap because the first lap was a standing start. Woo Woo going through there, through towards the mini carousel. Jamo trying to catch up to Techno, get as close as he can. Bidster's still in 4th, but the Evo seat 1 is still there in 5th place. There's King Domingo in 7th, pulling away from Blake. Neil Farmack's not quite on the back of these boys now. Will still is in 10th place. Stevie still could not find a way past. So Stevie couldn't find a way past, and Firepower is now in front of Steve Paramore. Steve Paramore, a bit ragged there, looking like he's making a few mistakes. And Red Bull could be on the back of this soon as well. So back to the battle up front then. Jamo is... Oh, Techno's got rid of it now. Techno's got rid of it now, which could be a good option because now he's drafting him down the straight. So good option there from Techno because now he can get past on the straight. But has he gone too early? Has he done a Fast and Furious? Has he gone too early? Because now Jamo could easily tuck back in that draft and get back through again. And that's what I'd do if I were Jamo now. I'd get right back in that draft. But he's not wanting to do it yet. Now he's going in for the draft, I think. No, he's not. Jamo, what are you doing? You could get in for that draft now. You could have been right back on him. But no, he's not doing it. And now it's going to be too late, I think. But Woo Woo. Victory win the BMW at the Nürburgring. Nice work. And Techno takes 2nd place with Jamo. He didn't get back in the draft fast enough, and he's probably lost himself 2nd place there. Could have got it back. Techno 2nd, Jamo 3rd. Seat 1 4th, just ahead of Bidster. He got him on the straight. So this, the Evo passes the Peugeot on the straight. And then Rodders is going to be 6th in the Greg's Lexus. Well done to Rodders. Good finish for him. It's going to be Domingo in 7th in the Audi. A good performance by Domingo this time. Nice and consistent from him. And he's in 7th. Blake 8th. Neil Farmack in 9th place. And then Will is going to hold on to 10th. He's going to try. Stevie's going to try and get around him on the outside. It's going to be a close finish. It's going to be a dead heat. Oh, it's just Will ahead of Stevie for 10th place. Well done. Red Bull 12th. Firepower 13th. Steve Paramore in 14th place. What a finish at the end there. And then we've got Thundercats just coming onto the straight. Who's going to be in 15th? What a race. What a round. let's get those replays in of the race, followed by the results and the overall standings. And now let's go to the replays from race 3 here at Nürburgring. Okay, here's the first of the replays then, on board with Red Bull. So you see there, we're actually just playing 4 wide with someone. And now watch ahead, we've got Firepower and Thunder ahead. Listen to the impact. Boom! There we hit Firepower, who then hits Thunder, then they both go off, and Thunder waits, so Firepower waits for Thunder, but it was actually Red Bull who should actually wait for both of them. He does, they go invisible, and they continue, so Red Bull was right to wait, just a bit of a misjudgment there. And now we go on board with Rodders to look at what happened between Neil Farmack and Stevie. See, Neil Farmack just goes way too hot into the corner, and Stevie goes wide as well, but then Neil just takes himself off and goes right back down the order to 13th. Now here's a replay of something that happened to Steve Paramore, fan for him to go down towards the back of the field. And he goes wide there, and Bitzer gets almost alongside. And into the next corner, watch this, he goes in. Just goes in too hot, onto the grass, sideways. Bitzer's looking to avoid, gets the car under control, keeps to the left, and then loses places with the momentum loss. And Steve Paramore finds himself now going right back down the order. There goes his teammate, and then he's just in front of Neil. And now here's a replay of what happened to Stevie for him to lose control of the car. Just goes in too hot, catches the grass, tries to turn and just hits the barrier. Round goes the car. Luckily keeps it on the grass somehow and doesn't go back into the traffic, because there's Firepower and Red Bull goes side by side through that corner as well, and Stevie rejoins at the back. And now here's a replay on board with Red Bull of something else that happened on lap 1. We're going down towards the fast left into the hairpin. So watch here, we go over the top. Then we go to overtake Thunder with brake on the inside. Looks all good so far, but he runs in too hot and hits Thunder and takes him off. But then luckily Red Bull's got the sportsmanship to actually wait for Thunder. But then Thunder just says, no, come on, just go past, I know you're faster. And then Red Bull then proceeds to take the position. Here's a replay of something that happened on the first lap as well. Neil goes up the inside of Will, hits him, and then Neil stops to let him back through, but then Domingo's coming through. Not a good place for Neil Farmack to stop and let someone through. Thank God Domingo was away there. That could have been a huge incident. Here's another look at that on board with Will. See, Neil goes up the inside, hits the curb, hits him, and then watch for Domingo. Woof! Straight through as Neil stops to let Will back through, but yeah, like I said before, again, quite dangerous there from Neil Farmack, and now he's got Steve Paramore all over him. Here's a replay of something that happened to Red Bull on the last lap. Just goes in too hot into the little complex section, the slowest section on track, loses the rear end, and then all the way back down to 14th he goes. Okay, here's a replay of some racing action on the last lap then, coming up towards the carousel section. We go into this right-hander. Domingo goes to the outside and then finds the grass, bit of contact with Blake, and whoa, sideways, stopping the car. How in the hell did he make that corner? But he did. Domingo takes 7th. Here's a replay of some action on the last lap and down the end of the straight. You see Stevie and Will not giving each other an inch. Stevie not giving him much room. And then we go into the last section, side by side. Will's just ahead. Braking now down from the speed. And they both go wide into the wall, and a carbon copy of what the two Mazdas did in race 1. And then on the power, and then we go on board with Will. Where's Stevie? There he is. We look to the side, and it is just Will by a whisker. And here's the final replay. This is Steve Paramore in 12th place, leading Red Bull and Firepower down towards the finish, but we're braking now. Brake. See Steve Paramore there, there's no contact. Steve Paramore just goes straight on, outbrakes himself, and then whoop, Firepower's like, whoa, okay, look at where you're going, and then Steve Paramore unfortunately finishes down in 14th. So that was the replays of race 3. Now let's go and head off to look at the results of the race. So it is Woo Woo who takes victory then. Well done to Woo Woo ahead of Techno in 2nd place in the Mazda. So it's BMW from Mazda, then it's Subaru in 3rd for Jamo, then it is 4th for Seat 1 in the Evo, 5th is Bidster in the Peugeot, from Rodders in 6th in his Lexus, then it's the TT of Domingo in 7th with Blake 8th in his Lexus, then in 9th place we have the Scirocco of Neil Farmack with Will in 10th as we go over the page in his Mazda. Then it is the Evo of Stevie in 11th, Red Bull 12th in the M4, then it is the Scirocco of Firepower 13th, 14th is Steve Paramore in the TT, and then Thundercats in 15th with the Genesis, and unfortunately TY there disconnecting from the race, so very unlucky there for TY. Seat 1, fastest lap of the race, a 8:45.5. And now we move on to the championship standings after round 2. So it is Bidster in the lead on 78, with Will second on 69 points, with Wuru on 66. Then it's 65 for Jamo, 63 for Neil in 5th place. Then it's 59 for Seat 1 and Techno, with 58 for Red Bull and Stevie. So close in this championship so far. Rodders is in 10th on 53, with TY on 43. Domingo on 36. Blake on 28, we've got Firepower 14th on 21 points, 15th for Bradders on 17, 16th for Steve Paramore in 16th, and then we've got Thundercats on the board there with 4 points for 17th place. In the teams, it is Mazda in the lead, 128 to BMW on 124, 117 for Mitsubishi with Subaru on 108, Peugeot on 95 with Volkswagen on 84, Lexus on 81, and then we've got the Audis at the back on 52 points. Very close in both championships. So your winner in that race was Woo. Well done to Woo. A fantastic victory here in the BMW, and that helps his point score as well. So we will all see you next time for round 3 of our WTCR Championship, which will be at Britain at Brands Hatch Indy. We will see you over there in Britain. See you then. Take care. Thank you everyone for watching all 3 of those unique races at Nürburgring. We hope you all enjoyed them. Don't forget to like and subscribe to LPB Racing as well. And next time, guys, it's going to be round 3 at Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. We're back in Britain and we're on the short version of Brands for more tin top action. We'll see you then.